So I'm filming this at night and this is the best light that we have. So yeah, get used to it. So here's the thing. I still cannot believe that I did this to myself. I specifically, intentionally did this to my mental health. So I read this bad boy about like 2 months ago, and oh my god, look how thick it is. Like it's 700 and what 89 pages, almost 800 pages. And we'll get into the story later because like this book turns you into a horse. I mean, I guess when people read this book, they all got different reactions. I've seen so many book reviews about this book on YouTube, and people mostly are just crying and bawling their eyes out. But I had a different reaction. I turned into a horse, and I was just reading the book, and the whole time I was like, that kind of effect. It turned me into a horse. I, you will get it when you read the book. You will get it. Yeah. But yeah, I was talking about my mental health, so back to that. After finishing reading this thick bad boy, I was one day innocently scrolling through YouTube and I came upon this video from TED, which is a great channel by the way, props to all the creators, which was called Why You Must Read The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. And being the curious cat that I am, I obviously ordered The Handmaid's Tale. And I watched all 3 seasons on Hulu. So, like, if you know anything about this tragedy or anything about this disaster, you know what I'm talking about. I intentionally destroyed my mental health these past 2 months. Yes, that happened. So, A Little Life, which is kind of ironic because this is a lot of life. I've always heard about this book, and if you're in the book community, you've obviously heard about this book. And it's basically famous for like making people bawl their eyes out, like cry the whole time, like real constant tears. And I knew about the story, like the very surface of the story, which is like about friendship and affection and some deep stuff. But I was like so curious, like what was so damn sad about this book that made people cry all the time? So it was always on my list. I really wanted to read it and cry for myself. And now I achieved that. Yay! So yeah, that's the main reason I read A Little Life, because I really did like to know what was happening, why people were crying the whole time reading this book. And oh my god, I regret all of my life decisions. I want to be a horse. Leave me alone. I am such a bad horse. I don't know how to do that actually. Okay, that's a horse. That's better. Okay. And by the way, here's a disclaimer. I cannot emphasize this enough, but this book has got some very, very, very sensitive content. And if you're just not in a good place, please like throw that book out there on the ground or give it to your local library or give it to a friend. Don't read that book. It's evil if you're not feeling great. Or if you're under 20, don't read that book. No. Okay, leave this channel. Bye-bye. Yeah. I guess the best way that I can describe this book is from the beginning. I mean, obviously, but like, here's the thing: the beginning part of the book. Oh my God, I was holding the book backwards. Okay, that's how much traumatized I am. And the beginning part of the book, like the first 100 pages of the book, is just so sweet and peaceful and innocent. And later, when you're like in these parts of the book, like when you're in the middle of the book, you remember the first few chapters and you're like, wow, good old days. And yeah, that was so peaceful. So like, read the first few chapters of A Little Life slowly and with peace, because that peace is not gonna last. Yes. The story of A Little Life is about four boys, which are college besties, and they're just really good friends, and they do everything together. They're hanging out all the time, and yeah, that's the good part of the book, which gives you great friendship vibes. And they're just in their young years. They're young and they're partying and they're hanging out and doing stupid stuff, and yeah, it's sweet. And here's the thing, there are two kinds of books. The first kind are the books that don't describe the characters' look very much often, and the other kind, like A Little Life, are the books that describe the characters' looks all the time. So at the beginning of the book, I was very confused with who's who. You mix it a little because the book keeps jumping from this character to the other character, and yeah, it was a little hard for me. I Now that I think about it, it was not hard very much, but yeah, it was hard for me. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid. Okay, whatever. But I gladly would like to keep you out of that confusion. That's why I'm gonna introduce you to each one of the characters of A Little Life. These are my legs. They got numbed. I should have stood up. Okay. So, our first character is Willem, and he's a countryside boy. He grew up in a farm with his parents and his disabled brother, which he truly loves his brother, and but he's not very close to his parents. And basically he's studying acting and he wants to become an actor, and just like any other young actor working their butt off. He's trying to make it big and hit the spotlight. And he's a waiter on the side. He's got green or blue eyes and he's white. And there's no reason for me to say that, but as I said, the book keeps describing their looks. So yeah, there's that. That's Willem. Next, we have JB. He's black and he grew up in a very all women kind of family. Like there's his mom, his sisters, his aunts. He's basically circled with all these women in his family, and like there's no father figure in his life. And all this love and attention from the women in his family made him spoiled, and deep down he actually knows that himself. He knows that he's a spoiled brat. Yeah. And he's studying painting, and just like Willem, he really likes to make it big and make a name for himself. And he does these weird projects, and basically the other three boys have to participate in his projects, and yeah, he's fun at the beginning. No spoilers. Then we have Malcolm. He's black and he's basically your typical nice, polite guy. He's living with his parents. He's got rich parents, and he really doesn't like the idea that he's still living with his parents. He's somehow ashamed of it because he likes to be more independent. But that's the best he can do at the moment. So yeah, he keeps living with his parents, and yeah, he's studying architecture and he really loves architecture, but he's got this office job, this desk job, which he really doesn't like. But then again, to make his parents proud, he keeps working there. So yeah, he's got this dynamic with his parents that he loves them, but he doesn't want to disappoint them, or like something like disobeying them. Yeah, he has got some small insecurities, you can say. And then, of course, the cherry on top, our fourth boy, Jude, which I love his full name, Jude Saint Francis. Wow, what a fancy name. I like that. So, unlike the other boys, we know absolutely nothing about Jude's background. Like, I told you about all the other boys' backgrounds, but we know nothing about Jude's background, where he came from, his parents, his family, anything about him. Till the 100th page of the book, or yeah, a little more than that actually. All we know about him is that he has got green eyes, he's mixed, and he's got like wow, why can I pronounce that? Okay, he's got blondish brownish hair. Yeah, that's all we know about Jude. So, we know nothing about him, but we get to know his character, Jude's character. First of all, he's very smart. I mean, he's studying pure mathematics. And wow, I don't care who you are, if you're studying pure mathematics, you gain my instant respect. Like, wow, you're brilliant. Thank you. And yeah, he's shy and he's very awkward, and you can say he's socially somehow shy and awkward. And the only people that you can say he's a tiny bit more comfortable being around with is the three boys, JB, Malcolm, and Willem. So yeah, even that these three boys are basically Jude's best friends, they know nothing about him. They just see him as this beautiful, mysterious, super intelligent creature with an unexplainable past. And yeah, they don't even know why he has got a limp, and they just know nothing. Which really makes me appreciate their friendship at the beginning of the book and their attitude towards Jude, because I guess it's very hard being friends with someone who puts their guards up all the time and just tells you nothing about themselves. And whenever you want to get personal with them, it's just a dead end. You get nothing from them. And yeah, their attitude towards Jude, I like that. But then the story goes on, and you find yourself more and more on Jude's side. And you're like, boy, you've got every right to put your guards up all damn time. Like, yeah, keep doing that. And the story goes on, and it keeps putting its whole focus on Jude, which was a very cool shift. I was not expecting it, uh, because, as I said, the first 100 pages of the book, Jude is somehow less than a side character, and we know nothing about him. But then this complete change happens, and Jude becomes our main character, and we're reading from his point of view the whole time. And yeah, I like that. It was good. It was good writing. So, A Little Life is obviously very lengthy and long, and because, like, when you start the book, the boys are 18, and when we're finishing the book, the boys are in their 60s, which is very impressive, and just like such a, you can say beautiful, but like such a journey. Wow, I can't find any right adjective for that. It's not a beautiful journey, trust me. Just a journey. Yeah, just a journey in life. I can tell you the story more than this because it would be spoiling the plot and the main story. But yeah, let's talk about the book in general and why it made so many people cry. So, as I said, I guess people have different reactions when they read a book this traumatizing and this sad and full of tragedy. And my reaction, I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked. Like, I was expecting to cry a lot. But here's the interesting thing, I did not cry at all. I was genuinely shocked the whole time. Like, I guess the effect that it had on me is that it was pure shock. I literally had to put the book down and just look in the distance and be like, what? What happened? Why? And uh, this was one of my reactions, and my other reaction was that I got really mad because the story makes you mad, and we've got this bad people, which bad is not enough for them. But I was, rather than being sad, I was really mad and angry, and I was like, um, these are the stuff that happen to real people in the real world, and that just made me so mad. And The only part of the book that made me cry was this one part that Jude was trying to walk, and because of his limp, he couldn't walk, and that that just made me so sad, and I cried during that part. Like, yeah, that was the only part that I cried. But the other parts of the book, I was mad, I was angry, I was like, there are people like this out there, and that's just outrageous. I would like to talk about the cover because I like this cover. I think, okay, light, go away. Okay, the light got away. I know there. Okay, okay, that's the best I can do. That's the best. Where's my camera? Oh my god, I don't know anything. I really like the cover because it was a photograph, and the writer chose it because it's not clear that if this man is in pain or pleasure or both. And yeah, I just really like the cover. It really captures the feeling of a little life. I would really like to read Hania's first novel as well, because A Little Life is her second novel, and not a lot of people talk about her first novel, which I guess it would be very different from A Little Life. And in an interview, I read that Hania had said that she might not write anything at all ever again, or for a long period of time, which is quite understandable for me because A Little Life is is a very heavy story, and people like to think of it just as a very sad and tragic story. But here's the thing: I think it's a very great book in the sense of that it brings awareness to people that stuff like this happen all the time to people, and we don't know anything, and it just teaches you how to be kinder and not judge people when you know nothing about them, even though you think you know them. But then again, at the end of the day, I'm not 100% fan of A Little Life. Like, I really like the first, like, 400 pages, I would say, but then towards the end, the story got, not because they got older, like as I said, our characters get older, and towards the end of the book they're in 50s, 60s, not because that they get old, just because that the story's pace got so slow, and I was expecting a much, I don't know what I was expecting, but it got so slow. And yeah, the story had a lot of exaggeration, and that's why a lot of people didn't like it. But then again, my main problem was not with the exaggeration of the story, because, as I said, it was, I guess, for a good cause at the end of the day, because the stuff like this really happen and people like this really exist, and that was just enough for me that it was bringing awareness over that thing. And yeah, my main problem was that I don't even know how to put it. I just really didn't like the 200 pages of the end of the book. Like, the story got very slow and it got boring, and it took me so long to read the end of the book, which like in the middle of the book, in the start of the book, I had no problem with reading it. I read it so fast, but towards the end of the book I just really wanted to finish it. And yeah, I guess that was the main problem for me. Yeah. So thank you guys for, why did I do that? I did that the last video too. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and comment and subscribe to our channel, Tea Talks. And yeah, write your comments and share your opinions. Have you read A Little Life? Do you like to read it? What do you think about it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What's your opinion? And today, because this is such a heavy book, we've got a happy tea. Yay, this is a happy tea. I'm gonna drink happy tea. Trust me, you need 1,000 of these happy tea mugs after reading A Little Life, so yeah, get ready for that. Thank you for watching this video, and yeah, hope you have a great day, night, whatever. Bye bye.